So this video is the debugging sections for a newly created mini app for this app hub. So I'm doing this one for two reasons. Firstly, so that the AI can understand the issues more clearly by having it in the video. Secondly, you can learn a new way to debug through videos. Okay, and I found it quite effective because you can just write the issues through the state. Okay, I know that you can use the MCP server for using auto browser for that purpose, but for some, normal users, it may be very difficult for them. So first thing first, yeah, obviously you have to go to your front end local host or whatever it is, and have your log shows here. Yeah, you can use the IDE log in debug mode, but I just do it here because it's more convenient for people. Not more convenient, but it is accessible, more accessible for people, and they would know how to because it's just a browser, and they can use any browser they want to. But you make sure that everything is console, right? Because you want to check the console. So I have created a new app page called Adaptive Test. So this one is like within the 60 minute and the generation from Google Gemini AI that push the JSON data from our prompting technique to render interactive questions to three areas of the English subject: reading, vocabulary, and grammar. So within each one, we do have different interactive elements, things that help JSON data of questions be rendered back into interactive element on front screen, on front end. So the first thing is like it's very common that we need to include Google Gemini API or DeepSeek API. I decided to these two providers. Firstly, DeepSeek API is cheap, and secondly, Google Gemini is free. Okay, so everyone would have it. I couldn't let people use my API key. That's why, because many people use the bandwidth and the limitation of per day would be limited. So I'll just put a dialog here in front end so people can use their own API, and then you can just select the provider that you decided to use. Okay, so on the right hand side, this is the column that show different stats, things like. Okay, so I will get it into English, so people who watch it, all right, I'll just leave it here, but you would understand this, right? This is the score, which means like whatever score you get will be recorded right here. This is the analytic because, like I said, we have three area skills. So as you do the question, either right or wrong, incorrect or incorrect, as we get it here, so that you would know in which area you score the most scores and which one would cause the least scores. The history would be the recorded answers throughout the course of 60 minutes. This is the explanation. Okay. So I will. Okay. So the debugging starting from here. So when you hit begin, okay. So I didn't even answer anything. I jumped right into this and say is wrong. And I think this is the phone back questions in a template. And this one shouldn't be shown, okay, unless there's no question generated. So in this case, if I look here, a variant result, okay. So it didn't make any call. Let me see whether it make any call or not. No, No, it didn't make any call, right? So let's say just skip it here. And if I go to the history, I have answered two questions, which isn't the case here, right? And you can see there's only one, there's not even one question, and it just automatically throw the new screen says that I did it wrong. Even when okay, this is the debug mode. When I go into the raw data, yeah, actually it generated a a set of question, not a set question, but a question of grammar on the band level 5 to the sentence that use the correct form of the verb to be. And I think this one is a fallback one, okay, because I kept seeing this one. So we do a little bit more, okay, and I go into this one and I hit next. Okay, so there's like one pop-up, but I couldn't see what it is. And right now it shows some things like belong to not even the application here. Objects are not valid as a React child. Okay, if you want to render a collection of children. Okay, so I think that is the runtime error that to maybe like the nested something. Okay, so this one, okay, this one caused the issue right here. But if I just refresh this, refresh the application here, okay, and let's start again. Okay, even though I didn't, yeah, see, I didn't even interact with this one. It's just the phone back one, right? It ran the correct answer given by AI, which should be used only for the comparison purpose of accurate or inaccurate answer. So the system should do it, but it is not the AI fault here, right? Okay, so it's just like the AI tech turn should wait or should make a wait method in order to um, wait for the next call, right? Okay, but it keep calling without any state control. Then okay, so even if I hit next, question 2, evaluation. See this one. I didn't even get a chance to see the question. But when I go into explanation, it is not the explanation of the one that is set wrong here, but it recorded that I have answered 2 wrong answers. Okay, so everything is mismatched here. So when I hit next, it say it has generated 3 question, evaluation 2. Okay, so let me select here. Okay, so this one is recorded as correct. But why it is correct, so it's incorrect. So it it doesn't have to be two stage of calls to Google Gemini unless Google Gemini hasn't included the correct answer in the previous generation, right? So for the first generation, Google Gemini has included the correct answer already, but the system somehow just rendered the question and somehow skipped the explanation part and the correct question part. So I mean, it's just some solution for it, right? So this is my description of the bugs that we still experiencing. So and we don't even need this one. This one can just record it right here Okay, with a badge or somehow. So the AI can help me to describe this one more clearly. So instead of having the reloaded upstream to just so cor- accurate, correct or not, it can just show it right here, right below this one, and get refast to the next one. And once the student answers, it was so right away here. Another thing is that this one have these other tabs have to match as well. Okay, this one is not matching up what we have to do, and this is very it's very weird because there's still space for this one to show, and it's if I write here, I don't even know that there are other questions. Oh, sorry, other history records below this. The explanation also mismatched, right? And if I hit next, see, this one I didn't even have a chance to answer it. And this weird behavior keep happening. Okay, so that we tried until we get into a reading. Okay, so this is a reading, the reading one. So try to answer this one correctly then. Okay, so even though it's correct. Okay, so for the correct answer, it tend to be okay, but I don't think it is accurate for the rest of the other cases. And the type of scratching zones are very limited. I haven't seen any drag and drop or any highlighting one, although I have made it in the backend. So it's also about like the template of the prompt and so on. Okay, so let's try to fit to do a couple more to see the behavior of it. Oh, I don't think that's I just randomly put anything and it's correct, right? It's not correct, but it's just weird. I just want to prove the point here. Is nothing match what it should be designed? Okay, and we haven't seen any new type, only multiple choice. Okay, but there should be fill in the blank, uh, drag and drop, matching. Okay, but all of we have so far are multiple choices, and they are not even accurately matched. See, and then the weird behavior right here. Okay, so I end the video right here. The AI tried to explain the issues here in more technical terms. Don't propose any solution yet because you don't know my system. But just state the errors that you have perceived through the log, through the videos, and through my audio of explanation. Um, Also, try to match with, try to categorize them into something more systematic in terms of both of user interface and the logic and the state control, the API calls, and etc. Okay, try to sum it up. Uh, no, not really sum it up, but try to be as elaborative and as detailed as possible because I really want to debug this one. It has been a dragging on situations.